यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम। प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते। Krishna taught Arjuna that it is the duty of all the seekers to do their prescribed karmas, duties. But that duty, that action, should be always guided by a great amount of knowledge. Yadeva vidyaya karoti shraddhayopanishata tadeva viryavattanam bhavati. Whatever one does with the help of particular knowledge, that will be more effective to the individual, to the society, and to the rest of the world in general. Knowledge is a special thing given by the Almighty to human beings. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunani samanyametat pashubhirnaranam jnanam tu tesham adhiko visheshaha jnanena hinaha pashubhih samanaha. Ahara, food; nidra, sleep or rest; bhaya, fear; and maithuna, sex. These four things are common for all the human beings and other creatures. But jnana is the special thing found only among human beings. Those who don't have that jnana, or who don't try to acquire the particular knowledge, will be nothing but the creatures. There won't be any big difference between the creatures and the human beings. I always think of the greatness and capacity of all the beings, that as long as the physical strength and the strength of sensual organs and the organs of action is concerned, all the other creatures are really more powerful than the human beings. The birds, such as eagles, can see so many distant things which a human being cannot easily, naturally see. Dogs and other animals can see, can hear even the weakest, lowest sounds. Dogs and snakes and some other animals can grasp, can sense the smells, so many different smells. We know all it. The dogs, if trained well, can detect even some dangerous diseases such as cancers. They even can sense the existence, the threat of bombs if trained. As long as the capacity of eating is concerned, no human being can eat what an elephant or other big animals can consume. The blue whales found in oceans, giraffes, elephants, and so many other creatures are have more strength than the human beings do. But the most important thing which human beings are gifted is the capacity of knowledge, particularly the knowledge of spirituality. सृष्ट्वा पुराणि विविधान्यजयात्मशक्त्या वृक्षान् सरीसृप पशून् खगदंशमत्स्यान् तैस्तैरतुष्टहृदयः पुरुषं विधाय ब्रह्मावबोधधिषणं मुदमापदेवः, says Bhagavata. At the beginning of creation, the Creator created so many things, so many creatures. Vriksha, the plants and trees. Sarisrapas, the reptiles, snakes and other creatures. Pashu, animals. Birds, insects, flies, and so many types of fishes. Taistai ratushta hridayaha. But the creator of this universe was not much satisfied with those creatures. Purusham vidhaya brahmavabhodadhishanam mudamapadevaha. But at last he created these human beings who have the capacity of knowing the Almighty Lord. So he remained satisfied. This man can grow to the height which I expect him to do. The non-living things, jadas, will never attain such a great intellectual height. It is known to all of us. It's a hard fact. But even the creatures will not aspire for a spiritual growth. The capacity of knowing Brahma and the desire to know the same is found only in human beings. What achievements we have done in this life? The Homo sapiens came into existence, the science says. The evolution theory or Vikasavada gives so many strange things about the development and the capacities of so many different creatures. No matter whether we believe the evolution theory or not, the world which we can see contains so many different strange creatures. We human beings boast of so many inventions and discoveries, especially after the Industrial Revolution in the 16th century. In the fields of technology, science, medical science, and so many other branches of knowledge, and some other humanities like history, arts, sociology, we have achieved so many heights. But the creatures which we can see today have got so many capacities in the fields of technology, medical science and so many other branches. The animals, some animals and some birds build such a great home for them, which a trained engineer can never build easily. In the kingdom of birds, so many males build such a great house for them to attract their female companions. There is a creature called beaver, which is considered as the engineer of animal kingdom. This beaver needs a cool atmosphere for its breeding. So, in the vicinities of rivers and other natural water bodies, they build a small dam which can store a particular amount of water, and near that water they build their home, which will be very much comfortable for their breeding. Elephants, cats, dogs, and so many creatures know what to eat and what not to eat. Whenever they suffer from different types of diseases such as indigestions, they know what to consume as a medicine. They search for some particular herbs and take it immediately. If we human beings have destroyed the nature and trying only for our existence, we consider everything, including this nature, birds, animals, and so many other things. We use all these things for only our interest. But the animals, birds, and other creatures live in coordination with the nature. They know what is there in nature as a medicine which can cure their problems. So, in this universe, in the creation of God, every creature is gifted with one or another capacity. But except human being, no other creature is gifted with the capacity of knowing the Brahman, the Lord. Jnanam tu tesham adhiko visheshaha. The jnana, especially the spiritual knowledge, is a particular attribute found only in human beings. So here comes the shloka. Prakrate kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimodhatma kartahamiti manyate. All the beings, all the creatures of this universe, including human beings, birds and animals, do their activities with the help, with the blessings of Prakriti, the nature, and its gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, and especially by the blessing of Lord Almighty. But let alone the animals and birds, these human beings also don't know the greatness of Lord, and they think they are doing all these things themselves. Ahankar vimodhatma, his mind, the mind of this human being is confused, he is covered with ahankara, the arrogance. So he considers himself as karta, the doer. I always think it that the arrogance is the primer sentiment, primer state of mind, and all other sentiments such as love, devotion, reverence, respect, and other things are based on this ahankara only. The ahankara will be vanished only when the soul attains last the final liberation. We know that the wooden products or the products of metal are first painted with a primer, and only after that primer a particular paint, white, red or black, is applied to those products. The same way, first there is ahankara, arrogance, in all the beings, especially in this human being. The wife loves her husband, the husband loves his wife, but this love is centered only on the arrogance and selfishness. A devotee respects, worships the Lord. Before that mentality of worshipping and respecting the Lord, he himself is arrogant. Every sentiment, every action is triggered by the ahankara or arrogance. There is a minute difference between self-confidence and arrogance. The self-confidence is a must for all the creatures as well as these human beings. If we lose our self-confidence, we will definitely fail in our day-to-day activities. Not to mention about great achievements. So, one should always preserve one's self-confidence, but that self-confidence should not cross its limit. It should never go to the level of arrogance. I always compare this arrogance with the diabetes. I think all of us have diabetes in some particular amount. If the diabetes, the level of sugar comes down, the person fails. Or if the level of sugar goes high, he will face so many unwanted problems. So, to maintain the level of sugar, the patient, if he is a patient, he should be taking insulin throughout his life. If he is not a diabetic patient, he is always expected to do physical activities to keep his body fit, to avoid the diabetes. So, physical exercise for a healthy person and the intake of insulin for a diabetic patient are must to check the diabetes. In the same way, to check our arrogance, the spiritual knowledge, tattva-jnana, is a must. We should be always aware of it, that the Lord Himself is doing all the activities. Influenced by the God, the Prakriti, the God is named Purusha and the Prakriti, goddess, is named Prakriti. Influenced by the god, the goddess is doing all the activities. Her three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, are causing all the mental and physical activities among all the creatures of this world. If we know these basic things, we will never go arrogant. Our self-confidence will not cross its limitation, and that will not reach the point of arrogance. A self-confident, at the same time humble man, humble seeker, can attain any height, any spiritual height, which will give him the final liberation, moksha. Let's see what Krishna has to teach Arjuna in our next episode.